Yo, what's going on guys? Arekkz here, welcome back to another Destiny 2 video. It's Friday, it's XUR day, which of course means I'm here to tell you guys where you can find XUR, what he has for sale this week, and whether or not any of those items are worth purchasing. So as always, if you guys do enjoy this, you do find it helpful, then a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below if you have any questions, but to begin with, if you open up your director this week, it basically seems like XUR is always on the same planet as the Flashpoint this week. So he is over on Io, so if you go to your destinations, you select Io and you go over to the far right, you will see he's over here in a cave. Your nearest drop point is Giant Scar. You work your way through the building, you come over to this cave here, which basically looks out on the big sort of drill site, and you then come in here, run to the side, and that is where you will find XUR. So, with that in mind, the question is, what does he have for sale? And this week, it is not a very exciting week, especially when you compare it to the previous weeks where he sold some pretty cool stuff. This week is probably the least exciting thus far. There is still a couple of cool things here. Risk Runner, I feel like a lot of people have this weapon. However, if you don't for some reason, this is still a good exotic weapon to have. It's an exotic SMG. The main perk on this one is Arc Conductor. When taking arc damage, this weapon becomes more powerful and resists incoming arc damage. Kills extend the time in this overcharged state. Now, I have seen some rather interesting videos of people say if you go to Titan, there's a particular public event where you fight a Hive Wizard inside, and that fires out arc damage. I've seen people basically just standing there, taking the arc damage, using this weapon at the same time. It is pretty funny, it's pretty fun to use, and, you know, I'm a big fan of SMGs anyway, so it is a nice weapon. If you don't have it, it's well worth picking up, especially when you consider that these things are cheap, and it'll only set you back 29 legendary shards. Of course, on top of that, you also have Arrowhead Break, you have Extended Mag, you also have Superconductor, so when Arc Conductor is active, shots fired have a chance to become Chain Lightning and return ammo. So it's also good for dealing with large groups of enemies, trash mobs, that sort of thing. And on top of that, you also have short action stock. So the weapon is especially easy to grip, greatly increases handling speed. It also has a rather cool ornament. I do have this one, luckily, the Summer Storm ornament, so that is your weapon. So again, if you don't have it, grab it. It is a good gun, but it just might not be as exciting as, say, the Merciless or the Warcliffe Coil that were sold in previous weeks. However, moving on from there to the less exciting stuff, Hunters, you have the Mekinese Trick Sleeves. These are one of two pairs of Hunter gauntlets that I think are not that exciting. To be honest, I feel like they probably should have merged the two gauntlets and just given you an interchangeable perk, but the main perk on this one is Spring-Loaded Mounting, increases sidearm ready and reload speed. So, of course, that means, you know, when you're swapping weapons, when you're reloading, it's nice. Of course, if you use it with something like the Rat King, you can really get some good benefit out of it, but in truth, it's a bit of a stretch to kind of make that an exotic perk, and this is definitely one of the exotics that I don't feel is especially exciting, so if you have it, fair enough. If you don't, then it's definitely not a high priority grab. If you're trying to complete your collection, fair enough. If you've got spare legendary shards, which I think everybody has, then again, fair enough, but it's definitely not a top tier exotic. As for the Titans, you have the Hallow Fire Heart. Your main perk on this one is Sunfire Furnace, so greatly improves the recharge rate of your solo abilities while Hammer of Sol is active. So if you run Sunbreaker, especially good in the bathroom of the new Leviathan raid, so there could be some utility with this one. Not a bad exotic, looks pretty cool as well, so if you haven't got it, maybe consider picking that up. And you also have Transversus Steps, returning exotic, but this is for the Warlocks. The main perk is Strange Protractor. While sprinting, movement speed is increased and energy weapons are automatically reloaded. So again, you know, especially if you had something like these with that Risk Runner, you could get some interesting synergy out of that, and plus they look quite cool. So all up, that is what you have to worry about this week. Again, 29 shards for the weapon, and 23 shards for the armor pieces independently. So yes, not the best week out there. As recommendations go, if you haven't got the weapon, pick it up. For gear pieces, none of those are especially important grabs. I would say probably the best one there is the Titan chest piece, but aside from that, the rest of them are more kind of a, if you want it, grab it. If you don't, then no big deal. So that's XUR this week. That's where you can find him. That's what he's got for sale. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. Take it easy. Catch you next time. Peace out.